Welcome back to another video. Today we solve the medium level question from SQL, the find student who improved. Okay, so we have a table scores with 4 columns: student ID, subject, score and exam date. So the question asks a solution to find the student who have some improvement. A student is considered to have some improvement if they meet both of these conditions. So we have two conditions. The one is among them is have taken exam in same subject on at least two different date. Okay, like he or the user should be give the at least two different date exam on for the same subject. And the another condition is the latest score in the subject is higher than the first score. Okay, so there is a simple thing is visible, like we have to compare the first score and the latest score, which should be higher. Okay, and the table order by the student ID and the subject in ascending order. Okay, so we have a table, our scores table: student ID, subject, scores and example. So we have multiple ID, but like the single ID comes twice or thrice, and subject with score and the exam date. And in output we have our unique student ID with subject with first score or the latest score. So our basic idea is to find first score, then the latest score, or we can say last score. Okay, so like I am going to create a common table expression like the temporary table. So with first, not from start, here we implement our basic idea. We have to find the first date when the user or the student ID gave the first exam for the each student ID and for the each subject. Okay, so select student ID comma subject comma minimum exam date as first date from scores table group by student ID and subject. Okay, so by this query we will find for the each student and for the each subject the minimum exam date. Okay, and on this basis we going to join our scores table, like when the this first date is matches with the exam date, then return the score. Okay, then only we get our first score. So we make this table as T, and so select student ID comma subject comma score from scores, and I'm going to I'm going to make alias the scores table as S. So as dot student ID and as dot subject and as dot score. So our idea is to join the table which we creating here, or the query we are running here, like the T table with the scores table. Okay, so the student ID, subject, score from the scores, join this table, this whole T table, on what basis? on s dot student id equal to t dot student id and s dot subject equal to t dot subject. Another thing, and the s dot exam date is equal to t dot first date. So like our idea is, when the first date is matches in exam date, then give the scores. Okay, so let's run this and now see what it return. It should give us the student id, subject and the score with the minimum score. Okay, so it return the each subject, each student id and the subject with the minimum score. Okay, so we making this whole table another temporary table with first score as. Okay, so the same thing we gonna do for the latest score. So last score as, and we copy this whole query, submit here, and in place of min we use max. Why max? Because we want the latest date and the score what he get on the minimum date and the maximum date, and the maximum date is last date, and here also we have to use last date. And now from these two table, the first is first score and the last score, these two temporary table, we have to get our expected output is, so student id comma subject comma score. So we have to make the first scores table alias as fs. So I am fs dot student id, same here fs dot subject, and the first score like the s dot score from the first score. So fs dot score as the first score. Now for the another, the last ls dot score as latest score. From which table? From the first score alias as fs join with the last score alias as ls. On what basis? On fs dot student id equal to ls dot student id, and fs dot subject equal to ls dot subject. And our the condition is where fs dot score it should be less than the ls dot score. Okay, and the order by where order by fs dot student id comma fs dot subject. So now see what it written. So as expected, we see here it gives us the clear comparison with the latest score and the first score. Okay, so thank you for watching the video and stay tuned for the next video. I am continuously uploading the SQL questions from easy to hard to medium question level question. So thank you for watching the video. Stay tuned for the next video.